Okay, I finally somehow found the time to make a video, ironically because I have no homework because midterms are tomorrow, but we're not going to think about that because I'm just going to trust that I'm going to do well. So, I'm making a video. Crazy, I know, but I've been wanting to make this video for a very long time because this album's been out for a while, and I just got into listening to it in September. And I was wary about this album because, as you know from the title, this is about Five Sauce's new album, Youngblood. I have loved 5 Seconds of Summer for so long. When their first EP came out with like Out of My Limit and that other one, Heartbreak Girl, that song fucked me up. Oh my god, that's what it's called. I have liked 5 Seconds of Summer since 2012. I have liked them for 6 years. I liked them before She Looks So Perfect came out. I liked them before they went on tour with One Direction, which I'm pretty sure happened and I didn't just make up in my mind. And I've loved them for so long. Like Out of My Limit and Heartbreak Girl, those were my intro to 5 Seconds of Summer. I have no idea how I came across them, but I have loved them for so long. They have been my boys. I remember in 2013 when they were in all the Bop magazines and they were like, we're not a boy band, we're a rock band, and then everyone just like labeled them a boy band, and it was the most annoying thing as a fan of 5 Seconds of Summer, but we moved on from that. It's so many years later, but I've liked them for so long. I liked their first album. I liked those original songs. I liked when they came out with Sounds Good, Feels Good, whatever one was before that. I think that was their self-titled album where they like had She Looks So Perfect, Don't Stop, Good Girls, like all of those bops. I have all their CDs. I love 5 Seconds of Summer. So when they took this like 3-year break, or like 4-year, they went on break for a very long time. It just sort of like disappeared off the face of the earth. I was very concerned about their music coming back because I was like, is it going to be so different that I don't like it anymore? Because I'm not a big fan of change. Like, what's going to happen? Am I going to like this music? Is it going to be? But then they came back with Want You Back, and I like at like the first listen, I was like, what is this? This is new. This is different. Their looks are different. We're not going to talk about their new aesthetic change because I have a lot of feelings, and that's a whole different video. But I was like, this song, interesting. And then I listened to it a few more times, and then it was the bop of the century. I listened to it for like a whole month straight, and then Youngblood came out, and that song took me a while to like. I wasn't the biggest fan of Youngblood, and then I got into it, and then it became like my favorite song, and now I'm just sort of like over it because I've listened to it so many times. But Youngblood really put me like even more cautiously back, being like, what if I don't like this album? And I don't want to like not like 5 Seconds of Summer because I've loved them for so long. And then they came out with Valentine, and Valentine slaps so hard. Valentine is so good. Valentine was like the first song that I listened to after those 2 singles. Like once the album had come out, like I listened to those 2 singles before the album came out, and I bought the album, but I did listen to it for like 3 months until like I was in California in September, and I was like, I need something to listen to. Let's just get into the 5 Sauce album. And I got into it, and I was like, oh my god. We're gonna talk about it in a second. But Valentine was the first song I had heard after those 2 singles off the album, and I immediately loved it, and I was like, okay, this album is gonna be good. And like let me just start by saying that this album is a perfect album. There are very, very, very few albums on this planet that I can say I wholeheartedly love every single song on that album, because there's always at least 1 or 2 songs where I'm just like skip. But this whole album, I can listen to every single song and love it, because this album is a perfect album. And I usually hate having to wait for like new things. Like whenever an artist is like, oh, I'm gonna take this time to make this album, I'm like, but I want music now. But like, I get it. Making good music and taking your time to make good music is way better than putting out like a shitty album that a lot of bands have done, and it's made me very annoyed. So I'm glad that they've taken the time to like perfectly craft this new album, because it's so good. This album is full of bops, full of bangers, and we are going to talk about each and every one of them right now because I love this album so much. And I know that this review is so late because this album came out in like June, but I am just getting around to it now. So we're gonna start with the first song, where you go from track 1 to track 18, because I got the Target exclusive edition, so I got all those bonus tracks. I don't know exactly which ones are the bonus tracks, but we're gonna talk about each and every one of them because I love all of them. We're gonna start with the Youngblood.
Youngblood, see you want me,
Okay, Youngblood. It's so good. I literally just said that I'm like over that song, but that song is just so good. Like the story and like the vocals and the way it slows down during the verse, it's really good. I'm so bad at making these videos and like expressing why I like songs, but it's a great song. You know what else is a great song? Want You Back, which is what we're gonna listen to right now. Okay, Want You Back. That song is so good. That song is so good. This is probably the song where like when I heard Callum say fuck in like the first verse, is it tears or just the fucking rain? Like that line, the fuck was not necessary, but they did that. They did that because they're not playing games with this album. It's so good. Like this is really what I believe is gonna push them away from the boy band image, because their last two albums were they had punk rock like sounds to it, but it was very much like a pop album. It was like a pop punk, a pop rock album. This is something completely different. I don't even know what to qualify it as, because it's such an original sound where I feel like they finally found like the music that is 5 Seconds of Summer, and it's just so good. And I love it, and I'm here for it, and I am in full support of this new direction that they're going in. This album is so good. Want You Back, so good. In the third chorus, when I think it's Luke who's doing the harmonies, where he's like riffing like up, I don't know how to describe it, you know what I'm talking about. It's so good. It's so good. Like the song is just so good. The music is great, the beat is great, the lyrics lovely, wonderful. I love this song. Now, track 3, Lie to Me.
I know that you don't, but if I ask you if you love me, I'll be lie, 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 lie to me.
That song is so good. Lie to Me is such a good song. It's a beautiful song. And like, I'm pretty sure it's Callum who's singing in like the verses of this. His voice is so beautiful. It's such a soft song, and the lyrical quality, like the story of this song, it's so sad, but it's so beautiful. And like with a lot of songs, like the chorus has a very like sharp contrast to the verses, but like the chorus just sounds like a bigger version of the verse. Like there's not like a clear like, oh, the music is changing here. It's just like it flows together. Lie to Me is so beautiful. Lie to Me is such a good song. In the verse, when he goes like all falsetto at the top, and it's so beautiful. This song is so beautiful. Even at the beginning of Lie to Me, like the guitar, the simple intro of the guitar, it's just so beautiful. Like, oh my god. Now, track 4, Valentine.
Got nothing but love for you, for more love every day. Valentine.
Okay, Valentine is such a good song. It's so different than all the other songs they put out before. Like, the writing style is so different. Like, the lyrical, like, melodical composition is so different. Like, the intro, where it's like the acapella thing that they're doing, it's so cool. It's so different and interesting, and I love it. And the chorus, the beat count that they change, it's so different and it's so interesting. It's like this, and like they keep the pacing very simple for the beginning of the chorus, and then they get to the balloons, teddy bears, and the chocolate eclairs. Like it gets faster, and it's like, it's so different and so interesting, and I love it. The part after the bridge where it just like cuts the music for a second and then it goes straight back into the chorus, it's so good. This song is so good, and it's so like interesting. Like the lyrics, amazing, so different. I really love this song. Now, track 5, Talk Fast.
Talk fast, romance, won't last, I'm okay with that. Burn, crash, romance.
Talk Fast is such a good song. Like the beginning, like the intros of all these songs, like these songs just like instrumentally are so much stronger than their songs before. Like the drums in Talk Fast are so strong in the chorus, and I love it so much. I love how the chorus is like the word like tempo is like slower than in the verses, and it's so good. And like the falsetto again in the chorus, so good. Like in like the stories behind the songs are like so much more interesting than they were in like their older songs. Like Talk Fast being about like a destructive like relationship that's just gonna like eventually explode, but you're gonna be in it while you can. Like, it's so interesting, it's so good. It's such a good song. I like first like listened to Talk Fast and like really like enjoyed it when I was riding a roller coaster, because I like to listen to music on rides because I feel like you just need to create your own soundtrack to them. And Talk Fast on a roller coaster is truly an experience. It was wonderful. It was great. It was so fun. Now, track 6, Moving Along. This song slaps so hard.
Thinking about your life, baby. Have you been eating breakfast alone like me? Thinking about your life, baby. Oh, are you moving along?
This song, Moving Along, is probably like in my top 3 favorite songs on this album. This and Lie to Me are like, oh my god, this song is so good. Like, the drums. Ashton is fucking killing it. Like, the drum. Is it a solo? Would you call it a solo? I'll call it a solo. The drum solo part before, like, the chorus. It's so good. It's such, oh my god. And, like, the lyrics in this, again, amazing. Like, the lyrics in all these songs are so good. But, like, the story of just, like, you know you fucked up and now you're like, oh my god. And it's so good. It's so good. And I love the beginning, how it just intros without any music, because like it's great when you have a good like instrumental intro, but when it's just like pure Luke's vocals and then like that strong just simple guitar and then action comes in with the drums and you're just like, oh my god, because it's so good. Now track 7, If Walls Could Talk.
Because we've seen way too many things. Cause we'd fall from grace. We're falling. Yeah, we'd fall from grace. If these walls could talk.
If Walls Could Talk, such a good song. This song is probably, it's not one of my favorites on the album, but again, such a good song. Like the bass and the drums in the verses are so strong. It makes it sound so cool. The beginning, when like, I don't even know how to describe what the beginning is doing, but like the editing of the vocals, like the synths, I guess, so cool. The falsetto, again, Luke, amazing, beautiful voice, he's great. The line, all these bodies are hoping to get addicted to sound, that one always fucked me up. I was like, oof. That line's so good. That line's so good. And the, we'd fall from grace if these walls could talk. What a powerful line. This song, so good. Song so good. Now, track 8, Better Man.
Darling, all of my wrongs will let me right to you. Wrapped in your arms, I swear I'd die for your love. Your love. I'm a better man.
This song, so good. Again, it's like If Walls Could Talk, where it's like not one of my favorite songs, but it's still such a good song. Like the part in the bridge where they just strip it for like the vocals so you can like feel the harmonies, so good. And again, lyrically, beautiful song. This album's like really just about like yourself, like figuring out yourself and love. And like the love songs are just so good. And this song about love, it's like you're a better person when you're with this other person. It's just, this song's so good. Now, track 9, More.
And all the things that we dream about, they don't mean what they did before. I just wanna get back to our scars we used to have more.
This song, so good. This song is probably in like my top 5 because it's just so beautiful. The chorus, where they just take away all the instrumentals and it's just vocals, it's so good. And this song, like the guitar at the beginning is so strong. Like I always, whenever I hear it, like when I was first like listening to the album and I didn't really know all the song titles, I always thought that this song was Babylon because it just feels like it would be titled Babylon. It just has that strong like fighting like sound at the beginning with like, because it has a really deep, strong guitar to start with. And again, the lyrics are just so beautiful. They're so strong. Our house now full of everything we wanted, but it's an empty home. Like, fuck. Like, it's just, this song is so good. Now, track 10, Why Won't You Love Me? Fucking slaps so hard. Oh my god, let's go.
Won't you love
Why Won't You Love Me is so beautiful. It's like on par with Lie to Me, where it's just so beautiful. Like the intros to all of the songs like really hook you in. They're all so good. The manipulated vocals to like start the song of Why Won't You Love Me, it's so beautiful. And like how like each verse like has a different like tempo, and like the lyrics are so beautiful. Right after the bridge, before the third chorus, where it just goes like with just the piano, when they sing Why Won't You Love Me, it's so beautiful. The song is so good. It's such a good song. I love this song so much. Now track 11, Woke Up in Japan.
I woke up in Japan. I'm feeling low, I'm feeling lonely.
Woke Up in Japan, such a good song. This song, it's very different than the other songs. Like it fits like thematically, but like melodically, it's very different, and I love it. Like the lyrics, it doesn't have a lot of them. It really only changes lyrics on like the pre-chorus, because the chorus and the verses are like the same, but it's still so good because they keep adding instruments. Like each verse is different because like they change like the music around it, but the lyrics stay the same, and it's just so good. The chorus part where it like slows down, the falling fast, breathing slow, time is up, the end is just a dream. That part's so good. So beautiful. I love it so much. Oh my god, the song's so good. Now track 12, Empty Wallets.
Until we die, dancing on empty wallets. Spend it all on you. Spend it all on you.
Empty Wallets. Beautiful song. This song's probably also in my top 5. So it's so good. It's so good. The piano that opens and closes the song, it's so good. The part that they do in the middle with the sugar coated break, that part where all the vocals come in, it's so good. The bridge in Empty Wallets, when Michael is singing, it makes me so happy because one, it's a beautiful part, and it sounds so different. Like this whole album is just like, they really like experimented with music in general a whole lot. Like a lot of the things that they did here, I don't even know how to describe because it's so like original, and I love that. But Michael singing in the bridge with I always believed in second chances, I always believed in you. Like, first of all, beautiful lyric. Second of all, beautiful like sound, the way that they like edited all like the music and the vocals, beautiful. But also I just like love Michael singing because like he doesn't sing as much as the other three. It's like the main singers are like Luke, Ashton, and Callum. So when Michael does sing, it's always just like, yes, he's singing. That's probably why like Jet Black Heart is one of my favorite songs by them, because it's like a Michael heavy song, and that song's also just sort of beautiful, but like I love it when Michael sings. So him singing that part was just like, yes. I love Empty Wallet so much. It's such a good song. Now, track 13, Ghost of You.
Dancing through our walls with the ghost of you.
Ghost of You, so beautiful. This again on the same track, on the same like level with Lie to Me and Why Won't You Love Me. Like it's like the sad song, but it's so beautiful. Oh my god. The guitar in the beginning is so pretty. And like it's not like, I don't want to say like one note, because one note makes it sound boring, but it's like consistently like sad throughout the whole song, and it's like so beautiful. Like the part like at the end of the first chorus and at the end of the song when Luke is singing, and then like the music just cuts out, so it's just a cappella for a second. So beautiful. Again, the lyrics so powerful and beautiful. Again, connecting to like More, where it's talking about like the empty house, dancing through the house with the ghost of you because she's not there anymore. There's your coffee cup, the lipstick stained face with time. That line always fucks me up. And my feet don't dance like they did with you. That line always fucks me up. It's just, oh my god, this song is so beautiful. And like towards like 2/3 of the way through the song, like around the bridge, when like they add the whole orchestra with like the strings. So pretty. It's such a pretty song. Like, it's all these songs are so good, but this song's so beautiful. Now, track 14, Monster Among Men.
Oh no, 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 I can't take it. Oh no, 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 I won't break your heart again. I don't wanna be a monster among men.
Monster Among Men is such a good song. This song, again, it features Michael prominently singing, and I love that. I always love that. But it's so good. I love how the verses sound nothing like the chorus. And that's not a sarcastic comment. I truly do love how it's like different sounds that do go really well together. I love how like full the choruses sound. It's like there's all the instruments and all the voices, and it's just so nice. Lyrically, again, so good. In the second verse, it's time for me to admit that I'm an asshole. What a strong lyric. Again, like with the profanity. Here to be like, we're not playing games. This isn't our intro album anymore. We don't have to appeal to a wide audience because now we have an audience. I love it. I love it. I don't know how to describe it, but I like what I would call the drop beat, where it's right between the verse and the chorus, and it's like the stupid truth, I'm so bad for you, and then the ba ba, and then the whole like all the instruments come in for the chorus. That part, so good. I love it. I love it so much. This song's so good. This whole album's so good. Now, track 15. Meet You There.
So you go your way and I'll go mine. And if we're meant to, I'll meet you there.
Meet You There. So good. Vocally and instrumentally, this song is so strong. Like, the big instrumental parts where you can just, like, hear Ashton on the drums. It's so good. Ashton's drum parts in, like, every song are fantastic. Like, his like drum skills really glowed up. Like, they're just, it's so good. It's so good. I also really love how the choruses are like simple and just stripped down to just like a guitar and just them singing, because it sounds so nice. It's such a nice contrast to like the big instrumental section with all the drums and all the instruments right after it. It's so good. And then the really stripped down part with the bridge, this time, next time you know I'll meet you there, with just the drums. So good. And like the really high part after the second verse, the I'm just waiting for you, that part, it's just, that's up there, and it's just like, it's hard to sing that strong and that high, and it sounds so nice, and I love it. I love this song. This song's so good. Now, track 16, Babylon.
Burn too bright, now the fire's gone. Watch it all fall down, Babylon.
Babylon, again, such a good song. It's again not one of my like favorite songs, but it's such a good song. Like the choruses, again, really like instrumental heavy with the guitars. I think it's an electric guitar. I don't know anything about music, but it sounds so nice. The lyrics, beautiful. The if we're way too faded to drive, you could stay one more night. And then like right after the verse, like the chorus, they're singing again very strong and very high, which is always amazing. And in like the pre-chorus, chorus, whatever you want to call it, the drums with the, it just sounds so good. Like I love drums. So every time I hear a good drum thing, I'm like, oh, and it's so good. The song is beautiful. And I think it's Callum on the bridge when they like strip down the chorus for the bridge, and it's just the piano. So beautiful. So beautiful. The song, so good. The song's so good. Now, track 17, When You Walk Away. The song's so good. This song, so good. It's again not one of my favorite songs, but it's such a good song. It's such a good song. The bridge, where again stripped of all the vocals, and Luke just sings the lyrics. I always love when they do that. I love when you can just like when they go almost, or they just go full a cappella, and you can just hear the vocals. It's so good. It's so good. But the lyrics, so good. Bad at letting go. Won't you let me down easy? Cut me open, take my heart. All the lyrics are just so good. Such powerful, strong, beautiful lyrics. This song's so good. This song's so good. Now, for the last and final track, track 18, Best Friends.
You're my best friend. No, I didn't stand till the dead end. Through heaven and high water.
This song, I like it. I like it a lot. Like I like all the other songs, but this song is so weird. It feels like such a weird song to put on this album because, like I said, the main themes are like self-identity and like figuring out yourself and like changing yourself, and then love. And then there's a song about friendship, which really doesn't connect to like any of the other songs, but I still really like it. Lyrically, the song's really fun. The whole story in verse 2 about the party, that was fun. They're not like, oh wow, powerful lyrics like all the other songs, but they're fun. I like the pre-chorus so much though. The I don't count the days most people I hate, that part when they sing it, because it's so low, and they didn't do any like low parts in all the other songs. So this was like different, and I love different. I love changing things up. I hate change, but I love changing things up, if that makes any sense. And just like instrumentally, like this song, all the songs, I can't like even put into words if I were to try to describe like the intricacies and all of the instrumentals and why I like them. It would take literally forever because this video is already long enough. So I'm just gonna say I like the instruments. They sounded nice. Now, that's the whole album. And as you can see, there are no songs I don't like. Literally every single song on this album is a banger. They are bops. They all are amazing. Like, Five Sauce really outdid themselves with this. I love it so much. I am so mad at myself because I got into this album after they went on tour and they had to stop here. And I wanted to see it so bad, but by the time that I'd gotten around to this album, it was already sold out. I was so mad because I saw like the listing for their concert like when it first was released, and I was like, but what if I don't like the album? Because I was like, they're gonna play this new music, what if I don't like it? And then I ended up liking it, then it was too late, so I got really mad at myself. So that was fun. I'm really hoping that they come back and do another leg of their tour, because I need to see these songs live, because literally every single one of them slaps. Literally every single one's a bop, a banger. It's just so good. Literally every song on this album is so good. I'm so excited for new music because they just released a new song. I have forgotten what it's called, but like the day I'm recording this, they just released a song like 4 days ago, and I'm very excited to hear it. I haven't had the time to like delve in and like give myself the time to listen to new music by them, but I'm so excited to hear it, because if this album's anything to go by, they have redefined their sound and it's so fucking good.